Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Sai SATCHARITRA, an insight. Episode 240. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sai. By the divine grace of Sai, an attempt has been made to translate the gist of the divine discourse of Sri Ramanathan brother telecasted in Sai TV. This is purely done to share the glory of Sai and his divine teachings with more insight to the aspirants. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahmam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Devotees, in the previous episode, we were listening to the most fascinating Leela related to Kaka Mahajani's friend. He came to Shiradi with doubts, misconceptions and couple of restrictions. But the moment he entered the masjid, Sri Sai Maharaj addressed him in a unique tone, a peculiar assertion. Kaka Mahajani was unable to comprehend this assertion, whereas his friend was stunned hearing this, as the voice modulation and tone sounded exactly as that of his father. Even before Mahajani could get closer to Sri Sai Maharaj, his friend ran towards Sri Sai Baba and prostrated in front of him. Kaka Mahajani had witnessed Leelas of many devotees that came with an intention to test Sri Sai Maharaj but forgot their resolutions and became ardent devotees just the moment they had the glimpse of Sri Sai Baba. Today, Kaka Mahajani is seeing another divine sport of that kind. Wonderstruck, watched the behavior of his friend. Everyone queued up for Sri Sai Darshan. His friend also joined the queue. While the devotees were having darshan from some, Sri Sai Maharaj asked Dakshana. When it was Kaka Mahajani's turn, Sri Sai asked ₹17 as Dakshana. He managed to offer it to Sri Sai Maharaj. His friend was watching all this, but Sri Sai Baba didn't ask him for Dakshana. After having darshan, they both were returning to the Vada. At that juncture, Kaka Mahajani asked his friend, "You said you will not prostrate before Sri Sai Baba, but you were the first one to do so." In response to this, his friend said, "Many years ago, my father passed away. Deep down, I have been yearning to hear my father's voice. The moment I entered the masjid, the tone of Sri Sai Maharaj sounded exactly as that of my father's. The modulation in the voice made me believe that it was my father's voice, and I got the conviction that Sri Sai Maharaj is omniscient. He is the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, how can he use the same voice as that of my father's and fulfill my earnest wish, which was hidden in my heart? Hence, I fled to Sri Sai Maharaj and prostrated in front of him." Kaka Mahajani said, "Yes, I totally believe that Sri Sai Maharaj is none other than the Supreme Lord. But you ridiculed me. Good, now you have realized it by your own experience." Devotees, at the time of commencing their journey to Shiradi, this friend had requested Kaka Mahajani to return the same evening along with him to their hometown. But Kaka Mahajani had told him that his return wholly depends on the permission granted by Sri Sai Maharaj. So, the friend also wanted Sri Sai Baba to permit Kaka Mahajani to start from Shiradi the same evening. Again, in the noon, both came for darshan and prostrated at the holy feet of Sri Sai Baba. The friend told Mahajani to seek permission from Sri Sai Baba to start. Shama was also seated there. He added, "Permission for Mahajani to leave? That too on the same day? That has never happened. He was always made to stay for many days in Shirdi. So, it's better you take leave. If required on your behalf, I can seek Sri Sai Baba's permission." Whereas the friend said, "No, I want Kaka also to leave with me to Mumbai. So, can you please ask Sri Sai Baba's approval for both of us?" Accordingly, Shama asked Sri Sai Maharaj, "Deva, both want to leave for Mumbai now. Can you please grant them permission?" Sri Sai asked for Udi. If Udi is given, then that is the sign for giving approval. Sri Sai smeared the holy ashes on the forehead of Kaka Mahajani a little hard, and then on the forehead of the friend too. Now again, Sri Sai asked ₹17 for Dakshina from Kaka Mahajani. He had just ₹17 with him and offered it to Sri Sai Maharaj. The friend murmured into the ears of Kaka Mahajani, "Why is Baba not asking Dakshina from me but only from you?" Mahajani said, "Ask this question to Baba yourself." Noticing this, Sri Sai Maharaj asked, "Kaka, what is your friend saying?" Immediately the friend asked, "May I give Dakshina?" Sri Sai Baba replied, "Earlier you didn't have the intention to give Dakshina. Hence I didn't ask. But if you are interested, you can give." The friend wanted to give the same amount of Dakshina that was given by Kaka Mahajani, and now he offered it. Sri Sai Maharaj, upon receiving the Dakshina, said, "If I receive Dakshina from a person, then I need to repay him in multiples of 10. What is the hurry to go? Sit for a moment. Demolish the wall of Teli, that is, sense of difference that separates you from me, so that we can see and meet each other face to face." In this connection, let's recall a divine sport of Sri Sai. Once a few young adults came to Shirdi and desired to take a photograph of Sri Sai Baba. To them, Sri Sai Maharaj said, "What is the need of photograph? Ask them to demolish the wall of Teli that separates them from me, so that we can see and meet each other face to face." Whereas those young boys didn't heed this advice. Instead, stealthily took a picture of Sri Sai Baba, and to their utter surprise, the image of Sri Sai Maharaj was not captured by the camera. Sri Sai Baba addresses the people that are immersed in worldly life as Telis and Vanis. Teli also means oil merchants, and the term Vani denotes merchants. In this context, Sri Sai Maharaj is not using these words to imply the merchant community, but in a subtle manner to indicate the characteristics of oil. Oil is greasy and gets stuck to things. Similarly, some people are too immersed in worldly affairs that they get stuck to it. Hence, Sri Sai Baba always advised to demolish the wall of Teli. He also said, on the other side of the masjid is the residence of Teli. So demolish that wall of Teli. The gist of this proclamation is that the sense of difference is the one that separates us from the Lord. That is, the attachment to worldly affairs must be demolished. Then we both can meet face to face and form a close association. The reason for giving this advice to Kaka Mahajani's friend was because he was too immersed in temporal affairs and had misconceptions about the saints. To eradicate such thoughts from his mind, Sri Sai Maharaj spoke in this manner. Though the friend couldn't comprehend the assertion of Sri Sai Baba, he listened quietly. Now both were granted permission to leave. Kaka Mahajani was surprised that he was allowed to go that day. None can stay in Shirdi after being given permission to go. So both started to their hometown. They came out of Dwarakamai to find the weather windy and chilly. The sky was cloudy. Shyama, seated in the masjid, looked up at the sky and said, Baba, it looks as though there will be a heavy downpour. Will these two get caught in the rain? This Leela happened during the month of July. Monsoon rains are common at this time of the year, hence Shyama was concerned. Sri Sai Baba said, Let them start without any worry. There is nothing to fear on their way about the rain. The moment Sri Sai Baba gave this assurance, immediately Kaka Mahajani hired a tonga and both got into it. The friend was apprehensive, looking at the dark clouds that filled the sky. The violent thundering sounds made it scarier. As they were riding on the horse cart, the friend told Kaka Mahajani, Why are you holding such blind faith on these saints? Because of you, we both will get stranded on the way due to the heavy thunderstorms. Despite having such wonderful experience at Dwarakamayi, still the friend was skeptical about the supreme powers of Sri Sai Baba. Though the situation seemed to be threatening, until their tonga reached Kopargaon, there was not even a drizzle. Those years, to get to the railway station, they need to cross the bridge. But Godavari was overflowing its banks, hence they couldn't go on the bridge to cross the river. The only option is to go on the sailboats that are found on the banks of the river. The friend became very tense seeing the river in floods. He kept lamenting for leaving Shirdi. They crossed the river and reached Kopargaon station. Now it started to drizzle. At this moment, Kaka Mahajani said, Look, abiding by the command of Sri Sai Maharaj, the Lord Varuna, that is the Lord of rains, was holding the thunderstorms. We will not get wet in the rain. In a short time, the train arrived at the station. Both boarded the train, and when the train was about to leave the station, there was a heavy downpour. Thus, Kaka Mahajani and his friend reached Mumbai without any hassle. Now, the friend begged pardon to Kaka Mahajani for his doubts and annoyance. He also added, It's a miracle that, as asserted by Sri Sai Maharaj, not even a single drop of water fell on us. I have understood that the assurances of Sri Sai Maharaj are true to its fullest extent. The friend proceeded towards his home at Dadar, and the moment he reached home and opened the doors and windows of his house, just then a sparrow flew out through a window and two other birds fell dead on the floor. Now this friend thought, had I kept the windows open before leaving for Shirdi, then even these two birds' life would have been saved. Then he came to the conviction that those two birds met their fate, and to save the life of the third bird, the most compassionate Sri Sai Maharaj would have permitted him to leave immediately. Thus, this friend also was fortunate to enjoy the grace of the Lord and turn to be a good devotee of Sri Sai Maharaj in the later years. Kaka Mahajani's friend also experienced another Leela. When he started to Shirdi, he was having excruciating pain in his ankle. This pain has been there for years. It became unbearable now. Still, he didn't want to give up the idea of going to Shirdi, as his mind was crowded with the thought of testing the greatness of Sri Sai Maharaj. After Sri Sai Baba's darshan, they returned to Mumbai. Now he realized that the pain had completely vanished. Kaka Mahajani said, This is the grace of Sri Sai Maharaj. Though you never prayed for relief, out of compassion, Sri Sai Baba had relieved you from your aches and troubles. This is a special attribute of a saint. When we go to Sri Sai Maharaj for darshan, we might not know what is important for us, but the motherly love of Sri Sai Maharaj will grant always the best and the most essential blessing for us. In that very moment, Both Kaka Mahajani and his friend offered their reverence to Sri Sai Maharaj by joining their palms and bowing their head facing the direction of Shirdi. Thus, the friend of Kaka Mahajani that came to test the greatness of Sri Sai Maharaj returned experiencing astounding miracles. More amazing leelas related to this chapter can be heard in the coming episode. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.